Please go to the fifth speaker very briefly.
All right. I think everyone can hear me, right? All right. Thank you so much for the privilege. My name is Wantoe, and I'm from Liberia. So it's a pleasure to be the minister from Liberia. The topic is on a broader concept. What we haven't been facing is to be able to divide the topic. What are the causes of full displacement in Africa? When you look at a topic and break it into chains and concept, you talk about violence, you talk about disasters, and you talk about internal conflict. So on a basis of the disasters, for instance, you have the Ebola outbreak, which occurred in West Africa. You now have the cyclone, and then you have violence. You talk about internal conflict, which has to do with Nigeria, Sudan being worst affected places. So I'm just trying to break this down that to send a synopsis that it's not all Africa, but there are specific places in Africa that have been affected by the topic under discussion. And then diaspora, we have a lot of immigrants now around the world. 15,000 people are being displaced in Africa every single day by forced displacement. And what are the solutions? The solution one, you have like country-led marginalization of diaspora Africans. My country, for instance, my minister there could be able to answer why is it that we don't have dual citizenship. Other countries don't have it. If you should create a solution in Africa, countries in different parts of Africa that are being affected by displacement over the years in their medias should create policies that accept integration for Africans that are there. They are the bright minds era. They can bring their solution forward, create opportunities and jobs, and those solutions cannot be marginalized by Africans who are there. This is one part of it. Another part of it, in 2015, we had the Doha Youth Declaration on Reshaping Humanitarian Agenda. And when you talk about humanitarian issues, the conflict and that of violence and that of the cyclone, the Ebola outbreak, what we haven't seen over the years is that we haven't seen resilience of so that we cannot have
Please
a
wrap up
relapse.
in 20 seconds.
All right, thank you. We cannot have a relapse of the disasters. If we should prepare resilience in our city and country to avoid issues that create migration and full displacement, is to create military solutions in countries those issues are being affected in Sudan, create peaceful coexistence, and as well as create resilience for those places that are needed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think you touched on a very important point, which was also going to be my next question on how can we support host communities to manage the arrival of large numbers of forcibly displaced persons? Because I think one of the challenges is that these countries face competing priorities, because their first priority would, of course, be taking care of the basic human and social development aspects for their own citizens, so their own people. So how can the general, continental, and even sub-regional community support host communities that are faced with welcoming a large number of forcibly displaced persons? I'm going to take the last speaker on this side, and then I'll kindly ask the ministers, in case if you have interventions that you'd like to share. You've been hearing a lot from the young people, and I think it would be an opportune time for you to also be able to respond to some of these brilliant comments. So let me have the last speaker. So you have the floor in 2 minutes.
Thank you very much.